Jag for 15 years and was quite successful, mostly here in Southern California and on the West Coast, actually. Jay heard about me, and he had an XK120 that he wanted to soup up a little bit. So he found me and he called me up, and so that's the first job I did. I pumped up the motor on that that XK120. And then about 2 years later, I was getting ready to sell my shop in the Bay Area and kind of like semi-retire. And he calls me up and he says, "Why don't you come down here and set up the shop here for me?" So I came down to LA and we went to lunch, and over lunch and a handshake, I went home, sold the business, sold the house, moved to LA. It's been good. The garage here is set up to take care of all his cars and motorcycles. Before I came here, they sent all the stuff out to various shops around town, or around the country really, to have repaired. Jay likes to be a lot more involved than just sending somebody a check and get his car back, you know. He likes hands-on type involvement. So that's why we set up the shop we have now, that we can do pretty much everything in-house, from engine rebuilds to full restorations. This is the dream job for any motorhead, you know. I mean, we span 100 years in cars and motorcycles. Our oldest is in '06, our newest is I think in '07, 100 years later. So it's something different every day, and it's very challenging. You know, we make a lot of parts. We have a full machine shop available now, so we make a lot of pieces for these old cars. I've been racing cars all my life, and so we set up a race team to see if we can get some sponsorship and do this a little bit on a higher level.
This here is a 1955 Hegeman Jaguar. This is sort of my favorite era in racing. This was probably the last time you could take a street car, drive it to the racetrack, race, and then drive it back home again with just a few modifications. That's my favorite part of racing, because this represented a time when cars were really like cars you could buy on the street. This car has a custom aluminum body. Did Hagerman himself design this body, or is it just named after him?
Hageman built the body,
right.
But I have an idea that he had help designing it.
Okay.
Because this is the prettiest car he ever built.
Right. And the idea being obviously a lot lighter than a steel-bodied.
The car only weighs 2,100 pounds.
2,100 pounds, okay.
Okay. So
and like
nice.
I say, you could drive it to the races, win, and then drive it back home again. What we're going to do is fit this car with a bunch of little mini cams we get from Chase Cameras. We're going to explain that to you in a little bit, exactly how we're going to do that. We'll explain how we're going to do this.
What we thought we could do is capture a little bit of everything with the car. So we want to get Bernard, we can get a camera on his helmet. We're going to get a camera pointing up at him, so you get a little bit of the steering wheel going on, some of the steering action. We're going to get a bumper cam on the front, so we catch him running up on the cars and hopefully pass them. Get a camera out the back so you can see the guys as they leave them or come up on him. And then we're going to put actually some audio right off the side of the driver's door so we can capture a little bit of the revs of the engine, so we can get the audio in there. And then I think we're going to put something right through here.
Yeah, because prior to in-car cameras, racing is pretty boring to watch on TV. Even though I'm a car enthusiast, when I was a kid, you watch the Wild World of Sports and it'd have that aerial shot, and the cars looked like they were going 25 miles an hour, and you never got the sensation of speed. You know, if you've ever seen the movie The Aviator, they used to talk about when Howard Hughes had the airplane fight scene. Since there was nothing in the background, there were no clouds, they couldn't tell how fast the planes were going. You never got the sensation of speed. And it's not until the in-car camera came along that you really felt like, oh, you were in the car riding along with the driver. And I have to admit, that's what I enjoy most when I watch Speed Vision or any of the channels, when you actually get to see the driver interacting with the controls and that sense of another car right next to him and things, telephone poles flying by and trees and things. It really makes it exciting.
The Monterey Historics are really a special kind of a race. It's a whole lot different than anywhere else. Because Monterey Historics, you get cars that you don't ever see anywhere else. And it's more about the cars than it is about racing. I mean, when we drive this car, it's a lot more serious. Whereas in Monterey, it's more of a display on the cars.
Let's run down the finish here beyond the fifth spot. Paulo Gonzalez finished at 6th in car number 80. Ford ranked 7th at 60.
Awesome.
Let's go do it again.
Monterey is a very special deal.